Hello again, everybody. It's been a while since I've done a video, and it being 2025, hope everybody had a good Christmas, nice New Year, and looking forward to a good year this year. And I thought I would pull this out of my little collection and see what we can do with it. This is 1934 Philco Model 66B. There was 4 different models of the 66, but this is the early version of it. It looks very worn. It looks like people have used it, so that's a good sign that it has been used a lot. I like to see that. And this it has 5 tubes in it. It has an 80 rectifier in it. The 42 tube is the audio output, and then the other complements of tubes, 6A7's RF amp, and 78 and 75 are the IF and detector stages. So let's see, this one covers the broadcast and shortwave band, which is selected with this knob. One good thing, it's got all the knobs. That's always a plus, isn't it? The broadcast or the band switch doesn't seem to be working. It's locked up or what have you. The tone control, yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. The on off and the volume control seems to work, and the tuning dial is working inside, and all it is a light shining through, and I can see it's pretty nasty looking in there. Grill cloth's in pretty good shape. This is about 12.5 inches wide, about 16.5 inches high, and I think about 8.5 inches thick or so. It weighs about 20 pounds. And when it came out in 35-ish, it was retail price of $40. Let's see, let's turn this around and see what we've got in the back. And right off the bat, I'm going to show you that this, well, where's the end of it? Here we go. As you can see, this is not good. Let's plug that in. What do you say? Don't think so. Not today. All right. Let's see. I've already pulled this cover off. This is a cover off of the speaker. This is the output transformer. It's got 2 capacitors. One of them has 2 in it, and the one that's single. And we'll go through that. They are isolated from ground. Both of them are. Let me get the camera a little closer, and we'll take a look on the inside a little more. Of course, this speaker has a let's see, what do they call it? A moving coil with field excitation coil, which is electromagnetic dynamic speaker. Speaker looks in pretty good shape. Output transformer. Like I said, I took this off. I did a little bit of just quick checks on it. Got all the tube shields in place. You can see the pointer here on, and then there's the dial, and you can see that moves quite a bit. This is the antenna. Well, you can't see it right here. This is the antenna clip, and this is the ground clip. And we can do some testing from here. We'll go through that as we go. One of the first things we want to do, unless you guys want to plug this up, I think the first thing we need to do is just go ahead and get rid of this cord. What do y'all? What say you? Oh, I didn't even have to cut much on that. I'm not even going to save any of that, not in the plug, because it's not a polarized plug or anything like that. So, I'm going to chunk this cord in the trash. We'll spin it back around. We'll pull the knobs off and see if there's any screws left on the bottom to take out, and we will pull this out and you will get to see it as I see it. All right, before we pull the knobs and pull this out of the cabinet, I wanted to give you a tour of the cabinet. Cabinet's in pretty good shape other than the wear, which that's character to me. I mean, that shows that a family has used that somewhere or the other. And I like that. It's got this trim piece that goes up the center across the top. It's beveled. It's been highlighted a darker color along with the trim here, and also the edges or so. Got the customary scratches on it. I don't have a flower pot or a cigarette burn on it, but we can look at this side. This side is in pretty good shape. Now I'm seeing shadows, and that's just my lighting there. But this side is in pretty good shape. And of course the base of it was highlighted dark also. My cameraman, and you can see this this was also dark. So let's see if we can get these knobs off. Let's see if we can get these knobs off a little bit. Which one's the low-hanging fruit? Which one comes off easiest? Well, we'll just start right here. Ah, that one's good. All right. Ooh, that was the low-hanging fruit there. We got all four of these. These are just the D-shaped with a clip inside of them. These should clean up nice. These are like little acorn looking, I guess. I always like this type. We'll put them in our bag. All right. Let's go around back, and may want to try to take the speaker out before we take the screws out. We'll just look at it. Okay, we've got it on its side, and look here, we're only missing one screw, and that's pretty good. I've got a 3/8 inch screw, bolt, whatever you want to call it. And that slides down. All right. Put this in our bag. You can go to the hardware store and get another screw before we put it back together. And so let's turn it back up, and we'll go ahead and try to take the speaker out and get it covered up. All right, this speaker doesn't have a plug on it, so I'm going to go ahead and take this speaker out. There's 4 3/8 also. As you can see, I don't throw these away. If I rebuild a speaker or whatever, working on radio, I try to I'll save these. Of course, you know what these are for, is to protect the speaker, because big fingers go through speakers. So let me try to get this out without bumping the camera, and I'm probably going to be in your way, but I'll try to do this the best I can with what I got to work with. Just saying. These bolts have a tendency, when you're putting them back in, or putting the speaker back in, you've got to be real careful when you put them back in, otherwise can knock a hole in the speaker real easy. It's got a little star washer on there, and I don't know if I'm going to get that off or not, but hope everybody had a good Christmas and everything. We did. My wife was a little bit sick, not major sick, just some sinus issues, no fever or anything like that. And relatively everybody's healthy here down in Tennessee. We're looking for some weather coming through. I think the people in Kentucky and further north this week, tonight, tomorrow, it's going to have some serious snow, rain, freezing rain issues. So hopefully everybody will stay safe up there. We're looking at a storm. Now I'm doing this on January the 4th, 2025. So by the end of the week, we may have something like that. So let's see if we can get this out. And if you hear anything in the background, it's probably my 2-meter radio. Okay, little ID. I'll just turn that off now. I monitor it, and I know this is probably boring thing, but I've been looking at my other videos, and sometimes I take shortcuts. I don't film everything. I'll go from step to step, and sometimes I don't even show how I do it. And that there's a split audience on that. So some wants to see the whole thing as entertainment, and some don't care. Somebody wants to cut to the chase, and that's fine. Let's see if we can get this out without breaking or puncturing a hole or anything like that. What do you think about that? Now let's see if we got something that will fit. Just like I had made that for that, huh? And what I usually do is I'll take and put a tie wrap through that. Not through the speaker. I did one video, and I had to point it out to some people. I don't know if they ever saw it or not in real time or anything. I was using my meter, my voltmeter, and I poked a hole in the speaker on video. And I didn't even know it till I caught it later in editing the video. So people that are new to doing this, the reason you do this is once you do one of these and you poke your finger through there, and there's still no guarantee you won't poke it through the back, but you got to be careful, because these things are, I just reconed the speaker, and I may put that video out for a friend of mine. It was totally all to pieces. But if you've ever tried to replace one of these speakers or repair one of them, it takes some skill to do. The best I've seen at it there's several out there, but Don with Restore Old Radios, he does a great job. He's got some great videos out there on how to do it, or how he does it. He makes it look easy. And shout out to Don, his family. Hope they're doing better. They've been sick. Just tell them their thoughts and prayers are with them. So now, that should protect, but that still don't protect you from this side. So we've got that. Let me reposition and get these nuts and everything up out of the way, and then we will pull the chassis out of here and look at it. All right, I've positioned this. Maybe we can get this out. I don't have really good gloves, but I'm going to go ahead and try to get this out. This is all I've got today, so let's see if we can get this out here. All right, let me get this out of the way. All right, let's see what we've got underneath this bad boy here. Make sure we got a good. Okay, let's see what we've got. Well, I've dropped my pointer. Yeah, it looks like it looks like string, but it looks like some sort of little rat nest thing going there. Look like every one of these wires, the cloth insulation has been stripped off, and looks like has been a rat's nest. So we won't disturb it much at this time. We will take this outside and blow it out and get us some Clorox wipes and disinfect it. But let's take a quick look in here real quick while we're here. All right, as you can see, I've got it all cleaned out and wiped down. It actually looks a little better, so I've disinfected it. And so it's, I think it's a little safe now. We're not going to do a whole lot more with it today. And so let's just see what we have here. As I pointed out earlier, this is the bias resistor. Let's see if we can come up with this here. I believe here's our choke right here, which is here. Of course, the transformer, let's see, there is this bias resistor here is right there. And this board, I believe I talked about Ron C. pulling that board out. Of course, there's 3 capacitors blocks, these bakelite blocks. Well, 4, there's another one there. So those are always fun to rebuild, and I'll show you how to rebuild those. But I think we're going to end this one for now, and then we will go back when we come back in part 2. We'll do some continuity checks on the field coil, the output transformer, the main transformer, some of the coils, and see if we have any issues before we go forward. And then once we do that, then we can come back and we can start replacing some of these components and everything like that. So let me know what you think about the project, any ideas moving forward, and all that good stuff. So I'm always open for suggestions. So, I'm Larry from the hills of Tennessee. Thanks for watching.